Hooray, this is a little video about Parkside machine. It's a chipper for small twigs. You put in 2 big twigs, it will eventually warm up inside and it will melt the bearing housing. I do not need to do it myself, I have special people for it doing it, so but I do repairs. Maybe take the housing off. Where's the other framework? This is the framework that's in. There's some electrical circuit board, and of course the motor is attached to the circuit board, and it has a special function that you cannot turn it on when the machine is open. I connected a few wires, disconnected a few wires. I took out the motor from the housing because I saw this was worn out. So what the intention is, I took out the motor, I took off the belt, I will show that later. And the intention is to clean this all out, to lower it, and to fill it up with an epoxy glue 700. This one is, I've had experience with this. This is terribly tough when it's hardened out. So I've taken out the motor on the underside. There was a belt on this one. If you unscrew these 2 screws, you can tilt the motor a little, and then you get off the, where is it, the little belt drive, little multi-belt. Take this one off. I've noted that it was in a certain way put on, because if you put these one wrong on, there's only one way, and then there is no arrow on it. So this is top. I marked it as a top. And of course I make pictures. I always make pictures of the things I take apart, especially of wires and things which are not completely logical. So I'm gonna grind this off. Then I'm gonna mount this one, the motor, without belt, because the belt will tilt it again. We'll mount this back on. I will center it. Then I will put this one on it. This is the bearing. Will put it on. Then I will glue it again after I cleaned this one out. I will glue it with epoxy paste glue. It needs to harden out for about 2 days. And epoxy, it's a 2-component thing. It hardens out by UV light. So now it's a sunny day, so I could put this one outside, but if you put it outside, too much UV light will harden it out so fast that it's not retaining its strength. So I'm going to glue this one in. I'm going to mount this one first back in, so I know that the motor is in the right position. I will fixate it. I will put the glue in this clean part. I will press the bearing in, making sure that there's no glue between the bearing and the axle, because otherwise it won't move again. And epoxy, very tough to get loose if it's attached between 2 kinds of metals, 2 kinds of materials. So that's what the plan is for today. And then I have fixed this thing again, because this part is not a service part. You cannot order it. So I'll see you in a few days. I'll make a few videos about it. I hope it works, and I hope you can help yourself with this thing. Alright, cheers. The next step of the project, got myself a new bearing. Mounted this bearing first around the edges. I took off all the molded plastic ABS, and then I mounted back the bearing. Mind you that there's the belt drive underneath is gone now. It's out for now, but I remounted the housing, so it's fixed. Then I cleaned it up. This is the glue I'm using, the epoxy glue. I pushed it around the bearing and I finished it off a little bit. This will eventually not be seen, so it's okay. Now it's waiting 2 days of waiting to be sure that it's maximum strength hardened out. Then we'll go further with mounting the whole thing back together again, if this one is okay. Okay, bye for now. Okay, so last few weeks I've been, not continuously, but I've been working on this, I call it, shredder for my branches. And I have, of course I have a lot of work to do, so I do a quickie on the showdown of my repairs. So, replaced the bearing on the inside, glued it with epoxy. I showed you in the last video. I will melt the whole video together. There's a little difference in the belt drive. The belt drive is a little bit higher, but it still works out. Otherwise I have to do another repair, but as long as it's working, we're going. I'm satisfied with myself. Always be satisfied with yourself, otherwise you'll be grumpy to the rest of the world. Don't let anyone hold you down from anything you want, especially not the chickens.